Hey John, this is Brandon from BrickiPhi. Just wanted to take a moment and send this video over to you like we talked about on the phone. My goal here will be to add as much value to you as I can in a fairly short amount of time because I know your time is valuable. So here we go. So basically what I do is I try to see what I can do to help you kind of build your online presence so that you can reach a larger customer base and just increase the amount of people you're able to serve and help. And so the way that I do that is I look at a few different metrics when it comes to websites. So first things first is when it comes to a website, obviously how a website looks and kind of the functionality of it is important from a customer standpoint, because when they go and visit your site, they're kind of making a judgment on if they want to call you or not, right? So the way that the website looks is important, but when it comes to Google rankings, Google is not as concerned about the design of it. They are looking at some different metrics and stuff like that. And so I want to cover a couple of those things here. Essentially, Google is looking at three different things. They're looking at your keywords and content, your citations, and your backlinks. And I'm going to run through those very quickly here. So whenever someone goes onto Google and types in like home inspector Humboldt, Texas, then they're going to get the top three results, right? Statistically and just kind of based on human nature, if they're looking for a home inspector, they're more inclined to click whoever pops up in these top three than they are to click more businesses and scroll through the large variety of competitors that are out there for home inspectors. And so the goal would be to help you rank into the top three so that you are more likely to get the clicks and more likely to get the customers calling you. And so the first thing that I did is I went in and I looked at the volume of searches for home inspectors in Humboldt, Texas. And so I'll pull that up for you real quick. You can see home inspector Humboldt, Texas gets 150 searches a month. Now that's tremendous, right? So that's just one small little suburb area of the Houston Metroplex, kind of. So imagine all of the other surrounding areas that are getting a lot of volume as well. And so what can be done is if you take the time to implement the home inspector Humboldt, Texas keyword into the content of your website, if you do it in the right way, then Google will start to recognize that keyword phrase and it'll help you to start ranking on Google higher up on the charts there. And so that's one aspect of it. And then here's what's really amazing is I just started doing some other research because I know, Houston has all of these surrounding areas as well. And so if you start looking at the numbers, like home inspector in Houston, Texas has 150 searches as well. This right here is the keyword difficulty, which means it's more difficult to rank with the term home inspector Houston, Texas. If you target some of the smaller cities and towns on the outskirts of Houston that are still well within driving distance, then you can really take advantage of targeting a lot more customers without as much difficulty reaching them and ranking on Google. And so you can see like Humboldt has got 150 and the keyword difficulty is only 1. There's Humboldt again, Missouri City, Sugarland, Katy, Spring, Magnolia. That's hundreds of searches for home inspectors in the area that you could be tapping into if you know how to implement the keywords and putting it into the content in the right way. So that's really powerful there, and I wanted to show you that. And then the next thing is citations. Citations is basically your business information as it appears on Google, and so when I looked that information up, I just kind of, as a rough example, entered a handful of different home inspectors in the area. These right here were in the top 3 for Humboldt, and you can kind of get an idea for the citation count. So you are sitting at 14, and that's on the low end for what's going on in the area for your competition. So if you ramped up your citation count to like over 33, maybe 40 or 50, then you would really be starting to tell Google, hey, I'm listed here, 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 and here, and here. I should be ranking higher. And so the idea would be to get your business information listed on a bunch of variety of online directories so that Google starts to notice that you should be ranking higher. And then the last thing is backlinks. Backlinks backlinks is basically like when your website is listed on another website and a customer can click on it and it redirects them to your website. That is what a backlink is. And so what I did is I just pulled up some of the competitors in the area. So this was the competitor sitting in the number 3 spot in Google Maps. They have 44 backlinks. And so basically what you would want to do is start putting backlinks out into the internet and it would help you to start ranking higher. And so I help people to do that as well. Let's just take a look at, I ran your numbers as well for your website. You're doing pretty well. You have 37 backlinks. So if you kind of start to implement all of these things, so there's the keywords and content. If you did that in a targeted way for like the cities that have smaller keyword difficulty, like Humboldt or Missouri City or, you know, all of those surrounding ones. I don't know how far you drive, but just as an example. And then you increase your citation count and where your business is listed on all the online directories. And then you continuously increase your backlinks. All of those kind of play a factor in where you're ranking. You can also update your Google My Business page listing and use the keywords within the photos and within the description of your business and things like that. And so really that's what I wanted to show you, John. I hope it adds some value to you. Again, my goal is to see what it would take to help you to rank higher, and I would love to help you do that so that you can connect with more customers and serve more people. And so that's what I like to do. So anyway, hope this added some value. Have a great day. Blessings.